Hi, I'm Jillian. Last month's TBR went really well. I had a great reading month. I still have to wrap up a couple of the books that I finished. I just got back from the library, so let's get into the books that I have picked out for this month. The first book is My Life in France by Julia Child. This is a memoir about Julia Child, and if you do not know who she is, go grab one of her cookbooks and start cooking. The back of this book talks about how she single-handedly awakened America to good cooking. This is the story of how she ended up impacting the lives and the taste of so many people. Nyx Reads recently read this and said it was a 5-star read for her. I happened upon Julia Child's Wikipedia page, and even her Wikipedia page was incredibly fascinating. And so I decided that I simply needed to read this book. The one book that I had that is left over from last month's TBR is The House on the Strand by Daphne du Maurier. So this is the same author who wrote Rebecca. This is a time travel book. I had never heard of it. Becky over at Teacup the Storyteller was planning on reading this. She opened it up to Buddy Reads. It sounded really interesting to me because I like time travel books. This goes back, I believe, to the 1400s, so it's quite a leap back. I am certain that I'm going to get to this one this month. Next up is a group read, which I'm doing with MJ over at Reading This Life. This one is called The Girl Who Drank the Moon, and it is by Kelly Barnhill. I have had my eye on this book for quite a while. It is a middle grade, and I've heard nothing but wonderful things from so many booktubers. We start out in this town where every year the people of the town leave a baby as an offering to a witch. What they don't know is that the witch is actually a good witch, and she takes the children and she gives them to parents who want the children. The witch feeds the babies starlight, but she makes a mistake, and in the case of this girl, she feeds her moonlight. This awakens all this magic inside of her. The magic has dangerous consequences. If you feel like jumping in on this, go check out MJ's channel. It will be linked below. She has a Discord where we're all sharing our thoughts, and the reading starts July 1st, so there's probably already some people who have started this. I've spoken a lot recently about the author Daniel James Brown. The book that he wrote called The Boys in the Boat has so far been my favorite book of the year. I'm so excited about this one. I managed to get my hands on The Indifferent Stars Above. This is the story of the Donner Party. So in this, we're following Sarah Graves. She is a young woman, 21 years old, who's newly married. She goes with her family to set out for California. They get to the Sierra Nevada mountains just in time for the snowy season. Pretty quickly, the pass closes and they begin to starve. I know how well Daniel James Brown brought The Boys in the Boat to life for me and their story. Given that this is known to be such a harrowing and horrific event in our history, I can only begin to imagine how he's going to bring this story to life. Of course, in The Boys in the Boat, the author was able to speak directly with some of the people who were in the story. We're not going to have that luxury in this book, but I still feel like he's going to do a wonderful job with it. So I hope I'm right, but I'm betting that this one's going to be 5 stars for me. A lot of people participated in June on the Range. I did not, but I watched a lot of wrap-ups. I saw a couple books that people were really thoroughly enjoying. So I figured I'd check at the library, and I found a couple that were available. So I guess I'm basically having a July on the Range all by myself. This one I heard about on MJ's channel, Reading This Life. I've already mentioned her in this video. I really don't know anything about it aside from it being a Western. I'm sure that MJ gave us quite a lot of information about it, but it has slipped my mind because I watch a lot of Booktube and I can't remember everything, and honestly I kind of enjoy going into books blind. So I'm going to be reading Shane. People seem to like it. I hope I do too. I don't think I've ever read a Western before, so this will be new for me. And yeah, we'll see what I think. Finally, I have quite a big book here, Lonesome Dove by Larry McMurtry. It's a story about a cattle drive from Texas to Montana. It is a love story. They're attempting to carve out the last pieces of wilderness in the American West. Aside from that, once again, I really don't know what this is. but I think I'm going to like it. So many other people have. This book, along with a couple other books that I have read recently, 11/22/63 and also Project Hail Mary, those qualify for the Big Book Summer Challenge that Sue Jackson is hosting. If you're interested in reading some big books, go check out her channel. I will have that linked below as well. It seems like a good time and always fun to make connections with booktubers and make new friends that way, because honestly, the community is the best part of having a booktube channel. We'll see what I get through with this. This is a huge chunk of books for me personally, but I'm going on vacation. I don't know what that will mean for reading, if it'll be more or if it will be less. So thank you so much for joining me. If you have read any of these books, please let me know. If you plan on joining in with The Girl Who Drank the Moon, let me know. I'd love to see who else is going to be reading that. And I will see you next time.